Ron? Zeke, man. What's going on with you, my boy?
What up, though? What up, though?
I saw a video of you that went super viral, I think a couple weeks ago. It was I don't think it's an event. It's more like a PSA, like a public PSA. And you were really speaking about what's going on in Detroit, and particularly how kids are even getting caught up in the mix of the violence now that have nothing to do with any situation. The house will get shut up and there's a baby inside. And I think, with all these school shootings and all these things that happen across the country, we become like desensitized to what's happening, and people just go, "Oh, that's just another thing that happened. Oh, just another kid got shot. Just another this happened." But when you spoke about the situation in particular, it was the first time where I was like, "Holy shit! Can we just relax? This is really happening. This is actually happening, like right here." Talk about how you got to this position in the first place, to be on the stage, having the microphone, and having all these people just really engaged and stuck on everything you were saying.
Yeah. Well, for me, man, it's always been, I've always been a person of accountability, you know what I mean? So even before I jumped in this work, I want to make sure that I've always been the type of person to make sure I hold myself accountable for the things that I'm able to hold myself accountable for. And, jumping into this work, man, just taking a look at the hood and looking at the streets for real, and not seeing the progress that we should have, first and foremost, and then on top of not seeing the progress that we should have, we in a position to where, we not protecting the most vulnerable people in our communities. So when we talking about kids, which should be the most protected group of people in our communities, we talk about women, who should be the most protected as well. And then elders too, you feel me? So women, children, and elders are extremely important for us. And I feel like, as a community, we can't allow ourselves to be in a position where we not holding down, the key people in our communities, because without the women, we not even born, we not here, you feel me? Without the elders, we don't have a past, and then without the kids, there's no future. So if we not protecting those elements of people, we can't say that we people of accountability and, really, or respect. You feel me? Don't nobody respect no group of people that's letting babies get continuously murdered in their communities. Like, no other nationality of people let that slide, bro. It's like if a baby die in any other community, is up off bail. You feel me? It's like everybody on their head. And we got to be able to look at that the same type of way. It has to be a code. It has to be, a level of ethics, accountability and the way that we move. So, for me, it's just making sure that we, have an understanding of the reality that's going on in our community.
How did you gain the ability to get on a stage and be able to translate this to people in a way that kept so engaging? Is this something that came just out of raw emotion, or are you a public speaker in general?
Nah, I ain't no public speaker at all, man. I speak truth. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a genuine guy when it comes to, my people and my community. You know what I mean? I believe in the elevation of us. I understand the people that died and sacrificed, for us to be in a position. And I take that real serious. So I utilize my voice as a tool to help build. It's all about building better communities for our people. So, I put myself out there, not because, I want to all the time, because I got to, somebody got to be the one that's, not afraid to say the stuff that need to be said. And also, not afraid to check everybody when it comes to it. It ain't we don't pick and choose sides. It's not like we gonna sit out there and moan and groan about the police shooting and killing us, and we not gonna do the same thing when it come to people in our community. We got to be the same way across the board. So, accountability and being able to be, a true voice in our community, and in an era where everybody feel like everybody pimping and, playing games when it comes to the evolution of our people. It's all about a check. Everybody trying to get that bag. And it's like we really got to be able to put ourselves in a position where, we really focused in on the core issues of what's going on in the streets.
I want to touch on you as a person and then get into everything that you just spoke about, because I feel like we have so many balls to unravel here with it.
Yeah.
But going back into you growing up, did you grow up in Detroit?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, talk about your early days, just even as a child growing up in Detroit.
Yeah, so, I grew up on the west side of Detroit, man. northwest side of Detroit. Um, where Redford is a Myers now. You know what I mean? Like just our history just getting wiped all the way off the off the whole little scope. So the west side, I just put myself in a position of where I've always had energy to be a leader, a doer, a mover, a shaker. I double and dabble in a lot of different areas. That's just the culture in Detroit. You're gonna move around, you're gonna be involved with a lot of different stuff. But for me, I've always been a person that thought outside the box and wanted to be different. Like I never wanted to do what everybody else was doing. So I always made it a point to look outside the box and see, okay, if everybody moving one way, how I'm gonna move another type of way and still make it cool, still make it relevant. So for me, it's just always being about, it's always been about being true. You know what I mean? Being true to myself and understanding, like, you go through different phases. Like I was young once, so I don't try to be too hard on like young folks because I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. I understand the environment that we live in. I get all of that, man. But we really got to put ourselves in a position where we looking around and have an understanding. Like we got to be able to level up a bit more. And growing up in Detroit, for anybody, man, we see a lot of stuff in the city. And I seeing all of this stuff, it's beyond me why more people don't want to. It's not moved to want to do more to protect the culture in the city, and also put ourselves in a position of where we leveling up for real.
Yeah. Oh, but you in particular as well, though, just as a person, growing, 'cause you're representing something you've been through. A lot of people will come up to you and talk to you about stuff that they haven't experienced, but try to educate you about it or try to
Right.
inform you about something they haven't experienced. Talk about your experiences growing up in Detroit.
Man, my experience is just like everybody else, man. You see it all, man. You see, the whole culture and the vibe of the city, man. The whole get money vibe, the whole hustling vibe, the whole making, something out of nothing vibe. Then you see, the griminess of the city. You know what I mean? You see the backstabbing, the conniving, the stuff that people in this city, man. We all understand. You know what I mean? When it comes to the culture and the vibe of the city, like we see all of these things. And growing up in Detroit, which is a unique culture in itself, man. I travel all around the country, and it's really no place like the D, for real, man. Besides the weather, you know what I mean? It's really no place like Detroit. If it was hot all year around here, I probably wouldn't go nowhere else. You know what I mean? Because culturally, Detroit lit for real. You know what I mean? 100 when you start to move around and understand, like, the vibe of the city. So you see it all though, man. Everybody got an understanding of what the city is, by now, and the good things about it, and unfortunately the bad things about it, that's been holding us back. And for me, it's all like, well, if we see a problem, what we gonna do about it though? You know what I mean?
From you growing up in the city and everything like that, did you witness anything similar to what's happening now, as far as, like, I guess you could say the violence that's kind of breaks the rules of
Yeah.
What could be an okay violent crap, if you want to say that, or whatever, however you want to say that. But basically, has times changed? Basically, is my question.
Times have changed. I would say growing up, I didn't see as much, crud ball stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you see violence has always been there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a part of American culture in general. Like, it's always been a part of this country and this environment. But when you talk about like code breaking stuff, like babies being killed, they just beat up an 81-year-old man at the gas station a couple of weeks ago, or shot at him or something. I dealt with a situation with a 84-year-old woman. Her house was shot up over 100 times. Women being snatched up and raped, and nobody really cared. Like this type of stuff, and the manner and the consistency that is going on right now. This is new. Like, nah, I ain't see that type of stuff growing up. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. To see it now and have to sit back and say, well, damn, my son gonna have to see, if I don't do nothing about this, I didn't see this type of vibe, like, but my children will. And for people to sit around and be like, that's cool, that's weird, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. It's like some people are saying that there's a lot of influences that make it seem like it's acceptable or it's supposed to be this type of behavior. Music is one of the scapegoats you could say. Do you believe in that? Do you believe that there's a lot of influences surrounding it, or is it just the nature of the city, or what makes you think that it all cultivates to the point where people are out here committing like heinous crimes like that?
Man, you got babies raising babies. You know what I mean? The culture, as far as the music goes, does play a role. But I'm not one of them people that's gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, it's the music, it's the rappers." You know what I mean? They play a role. You know, these rappers definitely play a role in having an influence on the mindset of people out here just doing crazy, all the pill popping. You know, that has an effect on your mind. You feel me? Like, you know, when we was coming up, it was just weed. Like, we was smoking. You feel me? It was like drinking. It's like, nah, people doing so much stuff. They not even in their right mind. They doing stuff that they would never do when they in their right mind. And that has an effect on it. And because it's so integrated in, you know, hip hop culture now, you know, we'll be a fool to not say that that doesn't have an influence. But, you know, the true influence is inside the household. Who's raising, you know, this next generation of babies? Like, that's important. Like, I see, you know, mothers not being true mothers, fathers not being true fathers. And, you know, when you look at that type of stuff and the environment that's being breeded inside of our communities, I feel like that's the big issue on top of all the other things that we have stacked against us. But you know, the culture at a whole, it's like it's no when I was coming up, it was like, you know, levels. You know, it was like big homies. It was people you respected. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't just do what you wanted to do. Like, now it's none of that. Like, the young G's, they don't respect nobody or nothing. You know, so they doing what they want to do out here, and people just allowing that, and treating it as law. So, you know, for me, you know, it's not so much of hip hop. Hip hop does play a role, but I'm not one of them people that's just pointing the finger at people who make music. You know, you got to point the finger at, you know, the mothers, the fathers, you know what I mean, the institutions. You know, it's bigger than just, you know, hip hop.
That's the thing that's interesting. I mean, I really like the babies raising babies kind of concept there. It makes me think it's just a person who was not prepared to raise a responsible human being, and then that just maybe recycles and keeps going in that loop or something like that.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's like, come on, man. Like, kids, people, you having children in your early 20s and stuff. You don't even know who you are yet. You know, you ain't got all the bullshit out of your system. You know what I mean? Like, you still finding yourself. You know, in your 20s, that's what you do. Like, you find yourself. You know, you figure out who you are. You figure out the type of environment that you want to be around. You take them lumps. You know, when you're talking about dealing with certain type of people and being in certain type of situations and stuff like that, you learning, you growing. It's no different than plants and flowers growing. You know what I mean? It's like, if you growing weed, you know what I mean? You're not about to, you know, bud in the early processes. You know, you still growing. So how you gonna have another offspring and you still growing yourself? So for us, you know, just having an understanding of the circle of life, and you know, everybody can't, you know, predict when they gonna have kids. But look, man, if you're not ready mentally to have kids, and most people not in their 20s, especially early 20s, you know what I mean, that's a problem, because somebody got to be there to raise the babies, and also somebody has to be mature enough, have the right mindset, you know, and mentality to raise kids, especially in this era.
Not just in Detroit, but obviously across the country, because there's always a city or a particular area that these things are kind of repeating themselves, or you can see kind of identical situations. What makes you like what do you assume is happening when somebody's having a kid, that they're not prepared for? Like, is it just because they didn't use protection that time, or like they think they're ready, or like why is it happening so often?
I don't know, man. You know, I would say this too. It's like, even back in the day, you know, people were still having kids early, but I just think that, like, the environment and the times was a bit more slower. You know what I mean? Now everything is so fast paced, you know, with the internet and technology, everything is all over the place. So, you know, you could tell, you can be in a household and raise your kid a certain type of way, but as soon as they pick up that phone and they, getting in, going through stuff, and they on Instagram, they seeing all of this stuff, and you see more life now than you did back in the day. So it's
Mm.
like life is a bit faster now than it was back then. You know what I mean? So that plays a huge role in it too as well.
Yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense, right? That makes a lot of everything is moving faster, and even in the music scene because of social media, like it's propagated the whole scene of the hip hop culture in Detroit more. Like people can see it more, so now there's more opportunities everywhere. So people are living all types of different loves, trying to live all different types of lifestyles. So growing up, you said it was more like slow pace and like, did it feel more old fashioned, or like did it kind of feel like you knew everybody more, like there was a more sense of a community and stuff like that?
Man, absolutely. Growing up, we was kids, man. We went outside. We spent most of our time playing basketball. We was riding bikes. We got in a little trouble, you know what I mean? Like that's just part of the culture, but yeah, not like kids can't even be kids. I'm telling you, and a lot of it has to do with technology though. It's like
Mm.
technology is growing. I feel like it's developing the youth mind a bit more. It's skipping them over levels because they seeing so much more now.
Mm.
So we didn't see all that. We only seen what was in our reality. You know what I mean? Like now you get to see outside of what's in your reality, and that has a huge role to play when we talk about just putting ourselves in that position.
Yeah. What was your first experience being able to reach out to people and start kind of giving these PSAs or kind of giving this informative speeches to people? Or was that kind of just like that one time thing that had happened?
Nah, man. I just wanted to start and do something, but I'm an organizer, bro. I'm not even a speaker. I
Mm.
don't. I'm not big on just talking to people and preaching to people. I think the best leaders in the world are those who show. You know what I mean? Not the people that's sitting up there running their mouth telling you, this, that, and the third. Like you can go to church on Sunday for that. You know what I mean? Like for us, it's about being able to show work. You know what I mean? It's about organizing. Organization is key to us. We have to be able to become a bit more organized in our communities. And we got to stand on the business of our communities. I tell people this all the time, and every type of culture, and especially when you talk about like gang culture and all of that, man, it's like ain't no way. A lot of people from our culture like to idolize the Italians and all the rest of these people, man. Come on, like it ain't no way the Italians not handling business in their communities. They making sure that they putting bread up to own stuff in their communities, ownership, making sure they own the business in their communities, and also taking care of the people that's in their communities. You feel me? It's like, people love, all of the the Italian gangsters and all of that stuff, man. They loved in their communities, not hated. Like people
Mm.
don't look at them like, oh man, we hate y'all and yada. No, man, they taking care of business, but they they doing what they do, but at the end of the day, they taking care of the businesses in a community. They standing on the businesses in a community, taking care of their people, taking care, making sure that the babies and the kids is looked out for and staying out of harm's way.
It's interesting because I was just thinking of like New Jack City versus like Godfather,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nino's kind of looked at as like a lot of people did hate him but respected him, and then you look at the Godfather, it was like just love all around, because he was bringing people up and not poisoning his
yeah,
community. Can
yeah.
you look at it at that sense?
I definitely look at it at that sense, and I feel like, you know, true people. Like, so from my standpoint, even when you talk about like gangster and what's gangster to me, like none of the stuff that people like think like is gangster is not to me. I think the Black Panthers, they were gangster. You feel me? People that's gonna stand on the business of our communities, and and stand up to the establishment. You know what I mean? Like they have heart enough to do that type of stuff and love on the kids and build businesses, and be unapologetic about their position. You know what I mean? Like that's real to me. Like the rest of the stuff, I don't. I see nothing as far as gang culture that I'm looking at. Like, what have we got out of that? You know what I mean? For real, it's like what have our people in our community got out of gang culture? And when people really think about that, like, wow, we can name all the celebrity gangsters and everybody in our community. What have we got out of it? We get people that's just idolizing people that made gazillions of dollars, bro. But What we got to show for it? We in Detroit right now, barely own nothing. We don't own shit in this city. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to be a person that's bragging about how much money I made in the D and we don't own shit. You feel me? That's not gangster to me. And what's not gangster as well is letting kids being murdered in their community on top of that. So we don't own nothing. We let kids get killed in our community. Most of the businesses in our community is owned by people who don't look like us. So, you know, I don't see nothing to be out here proud about in that format. You know what I mean? Like, if we people are respecting our community, we got to move like it, you know, and that's big for me. You know what I mean? We got to be able to put ourselves in a position of what to say, you know, if this is what it is, let's take a certain level of accountability and control for Detroit, which is the blackest city in America. You feel me? Ain't nothing, you know, like, this is the blackest city in America. You can't go in no other community that's predominantly dominated by any other culture and they don't own and control it. It's just what it is. It's not a racist thing or nothing. It's just like, if we go to Livonia is one of the whitest cities in America per capita. You feel me? They own and run and control that. You go to Dearborn, you know what it is. You go to, you know, all of these different type of spaces, people where a culture is predominantly, you know, have predominant numbers. They are in control of their communities. They control the businesses in their communities. So for us, you know, why we can't do the same thing?
And I don't want to play devil's advocate on that, but I do have a perspective. So my perspective is like this. It's like, everybody is trying to become successful in life, right? Like, you're trying to make a living out of your life, right? And let's say you grow up in Detroit where there's already a limited opportunity, right? Even the school systems and stuff like that. Well, it's presented that way, at least. I mean, I could be ignorant to that factor, but showing, like, even the way the infrastructure is built and everything like that, it doesn't even feel like a place that is comfortable to live in when you just walk into, like, some, I'm sorry, ghetto or like some hood area, right? Or like the red zone or something like that. So just imagine you're a kid growing up there, right? And then, you know, what does Dave Chappelle say? What are you going to do? You can either rap or play basketball, like, or something like that. You know, they put that kind of mindset into your head about what you can do to become successful. So maybe you take the rap route or the selling drugs route or something like that because you just want to make a living. Now you make it as a rapper, you make it as a drug dealer, you make it at whatever occupation you do, and then you're just trying to make money and make a living at that point. But what you're doing is only self-beneficial, but it's the only way out for you. You know what I'm saying? Do you see that perspective? If I articulated that properly, I don't know. I know. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. You know, but at the end of the day, it's bigger than that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we talk about our communities and we talk about, okay, only, you know, rapping or selling drugs. Like, this ain't the fucking 60s, 70s, or 80s. We live in this 2022. You know what I mean? This money, the opportunity to make money out here is more vast than it's ever been. There's so many different ways to make money, and a lot of us know these ways. There's a lot of people, you know, it's not all street money that's out here. It's a lot of black successful people that, you know, is getting legit money right now. But what's not happening is, just like you said, you know, we still the hood. The hood is still the hood. So we getting this money, and the first thing we want to do, instead of figuring out different ways to invest in the communities that we live in, the first thing we want to do is run up out the D. Oh, we about to go to Houston. Oh, we about to go to Atlanta. Oh, we about to go to somewhere else that look better, and we could put our money here and don't have ownership and leave where we from and not build that up. And now people looking at Detroit in the past 10 years, all of the migration that, you know, successful black people have been doing. People leave the D, man. I'm telling you, look at the successful people that claim this city. They're supposed to be Detroit. Look at them, bro. They don't stay here, bro. They don't stay here, or nor are they investing in the city. You feel me? It's one thing to move, but you move and then don't invest in the city, and then we supposed to expect a different product. You know what I mean? That's not the play, and that's really the reason why it is like it's more opportunities than just selling drugs and rapping and playing ball. Like, that's cliche. Yeah, we had to do that 30, 40 years ago. You know what I mean? That's not it right now. Like, we in the technology age. I know young folks barely 20 years old making thousands of dollars just off their phone, you know, legally. You know what I mean? Getting YouTube checks and all type of different stuff. You know the vibes. Like, it's a lot of different ways to get money out here. So, our options are a bit more vast, and it's not, that those are excuses. You know what I mean? If I see other people coming in my hood, buying up houses and fixing them up and beautifying our neighborhoods, that's what's happening right now in the city. Like Detroit is on the way back. They say in the next 20 years is going to be Detroit is going to be one of the number one spots in the country to live in. In the country to live in. Is that because we stayed here and we built it up, or is it because we left? We turned our back on the city and we let other people come in, take over the block, take over our communities, and now we looking at like, oh, okay, well, gentrification this, gentrification that. When we had the opportunity, have a chance, to put ourselves in a position to develop our own communities and have ownership, power, and control. That's what this is about. So, and opportunity, like we in a position, we've always been in a position, Black people in America, always been in a position of where resources and opportunities hasn't been there for us. You know what I mean? It hasn't. And a lot of that has to do with redlining. I'm not sure how familiar you are with redlining, and what that has done to our community. That's how our even hoods and ghettos right now is because of redlining, migration. Most Black people from Detroit, our roots trace back to down south. Most of our people moved up here in the early 1900s as soon as the factories opened. So the factories, Ford was one of the first people that gave job opportunities to Black folks. A lot of parents came up here from all over the country. We had these spots and spaces where we were only allowed mortgages. The lending companies wouldn't give us mortgages. We were pushed in these ghettos and in these spaces, not just here in Detroit. Every Black community. This is how it happened. They ciphered all the resources out of the communities. They put poor education, make sure there wasn't educational funding in our communities. Some of the communities that did grow and prosper, like Black Wall Street in Tulsa, and like Black Bottom here in the city of Detroit. You familiar with Black Bottom?
Yeah.
Black Bottom in the city of Detroit. These cities, they built 375 clear over that. You know what I mean? Like completely wiped out a whole successful Black community. You look at stuff like that on top of everything that we go through and the things that we don't do, right, to help ourselves elevate too as well. That's where a lot of the problem lies.
That comes obviously from segregation and obviously all the stuff. Do you think it's rooted in that? Obviously, like you got the African American community has been set back obviously because of the laws of America, and which didn't change that long ago. Do you think that's that's where it stems from? Do you think it stems from the segregation for a long time ago? And do you think by now things should have changed, or do you understand why that could still have been a lasting effect on what's happening now?
Man, look, plays have been it's like playing a game on Monopoly, right? Dr. Claude Anderson utilizes this term all the time. It's like playing a game Monopoly, and we sit here with one piece. And so, say for 400 years, you got to stay right here, and then the rest of the world moving around the board, yes, buying everything. You know what I mean? And you hear, free labor, free work. We've helped build this entire country for nothing. Motherfucker ain't give us shit. For nothing. And then all of a sudden, they say, oh, yeah, I guess y'all free, and here y'all go. Y'all ain't got shit. You feel me? And we gonna put y'all in the worst spots, in the worst conditions with the poorest education, and we still here making shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, we still in a position to be successful, to be great, to be excellent, to be all of these things. Like, we're not perfect. We deal with a lot of stuff, and a lot of that is trauma from, our history in which we come from and all the things that have been done to us. But we got to look at, ourselves now and say, like, look, okay, that's what happened. This is what we about to do today. You feel me? Like, this the opportunity that we got. Let's organize better. Let's unify better. Detroit, I always tell people we supposed to be Atlanta before Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like this is how is Atlanta ain't blacker than Detroit. I tell people this all the time. They not. It's more black people per capita in this city, and Detroit is enriched in black history. You know, and black excellence. But we never put ourselves in a position to really fuck with each other like that. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to get over. Everybody want to see people doing good, but not better than them. People not going to, go the extra mile to help you out and put you on. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of that, man, in this city. And if we work together a lot more, we would be in a lot better position. And so that's what we push, man. We push the unification of our people, across the board, man, and every dynamic from rap to, like the Detroit hip hop scene is on fire, man. Like that's all I listen to, Detroit music. You know what I mean? Like even when you talk about entertainment, comedians, come on, man. Like the funniest people on Instagram from Detroit. You talk about movies. Think about all the movies. Think about the movie game that's going on right now. Like all like the local movie scene, Detroit murdering that. You know what I mean? Like we leading in every category. Why doesn't it, on paper, why doesn't it show, in a unified effort in the city? Like that's the problem.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is like, because it's again self-propagating, right? So like we had Mike Phelps come on here. He's an artist from Detroit, and he was talking about how, music only helps the people that are making it. It doesn't help anybody else, because it's like the label's only going to sign you and only going to give you that money, and you can put a few of your friends on or whatever to help make the money. The movie industry, again, it's only going to be really the people who ran the production that make any of the money. And showcasing these talents are obviously there. Like, we have the spotlight on Detroit right now, but again, it's a good point. It's like, how does that exactly help enough? Because, like, think about it, man. It would take a super amount of money and awareness to help Detroit get that balance, which I know you're saying in the next 20 years it's gonna be there, but like I don't think entertainment can really propagate any city really. I think only LA was like kind of did it, but even that kind of fell apart. But like it's hard, man, with just entertainment, don't you think?
Yeah, because it's not just entertainment. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole overall ball. You know what I mean? Entertainment is a play. Like that's a play. You got entertainment. You got the business aspect of things. You know what I mean? Being able to dominate businesses in our communities, you know what I mean? To be able to, put ourselves in a position, education, being able to open up our own educational institution and teach other stuff than what's being taught at public schools, teach about credit, teach about, crypto and all the new wave of commerce and all of these things, man. It's bigger than just that. I feel like Detroit as a culture, like we're like one of the most culturally thriving cities in America. And what I mean by that is like we have a universal thing. Like if you go, it don't matter where you travel to, you can say you from the D, and it's like, oh, okay, I understand. I never been to Detroit, but I understand there's a culture up there that's respected.
Yeah.
So we got to be able to put ourselves in an understanding like, well, that's big. That's a big piece of capital. That's leverage that we have. So if we can take this leverage and understand that and unify here on that level, man, I think that we'll be looking at things a lot different here in the city. But we gotta fuck with each other. We got to, man. We gotta be able to really put egos aside, and we really got to work together, man, because literally we watch Atlanta do that. We literally watch Atlanta become like a it state or it city for black folks by them, fucking with each other and them unifying and all those different in business, you know what I mean, in entertainment. I mean, Detroit has always been an entertainment capital, though. You look at Motown, like, you look at all the people that's from Detroit and just the culture in the city. It has been an entertainment hub, and I feel like if we took that and built it and molded and turned it into something today that can produce, can produce real stuff for our people in our community, I think that we'll be looking at something big.
It's interesting because bro, when you bring up gentrification and stuff, and I've literally I witnessed things like that happening where, it's people from outside of the state or outside of the city coming in and just buying everything at lower costs and whatnot. And so what you're saying is, to bring the city alive and bring it all that. And it's like, is it because of that's happening? And is that okay that's happening? Because if the gentrification is helping the city grow or build in a different way that's lacking right now, but it's not owned by Detroiters, is that still considered a success to you or a way of rebuilding the city?
No, absolutely not. And that's always been my problem. Like, we can't talk about success in the city without black people. We just can't. This is Detroit is not one of them cities you can't say, oh, this city is successful because people are coming in here from all over the world and buying up our shit. So now we successful, and these are the same communities and blocks that we lived in, grew up in, and we don't have no interest in it. Like that's not success to me, unless my people, have a position in the growth and development of our communities, then, we can't talk about all this illusion of success. And I feel like that's the problem right now. We getting too caught up on what downtown looking like and the illusion of what, these plays that they making and a couple of black folks that they put on TV to say, look, we doing, it is. And it's not that, man. It's like, you start to look at the percentage of ownership and, the people that's coming in and buying up all of this real estate. It's not us, man. And no, there's no way that we can say that, that type of success and development is something that we should be proud of. We didn't do shit to build it.
It's so crazy because it's basically like Detroit. I like how you said that. It's like an illusion as far as the downtown city's concerned. Like you could put out like the ice skating rink and like all the little beautiful spots in Detroit, but then you remember like if you go up a mile or so,
exactly,
everything changes.
Exactly. And that's what we try to get people to understand. It's like they're gonna show that illusion. And I work in black communities all over the country, man. So I go to hoods all over the country, bro. And the one thing I always do when I go to different cities, I turn the news on, right? So I turn the news on, and every city is the same format, bro. It's the same exact format. If it bleeds, it leads. They talk about all the crime that's going on in the black community. They talk about all the nice things that, the people that's non-black, that's what they're doing. And, all of this stuff, it's the same format. In every city, every single city, the news format is the exact same. And it's just like, not only is the news format the exact same, the way the communities are like ran and governed is the exact same. Same poor education, same lack of resources, same issues when it comes to crime and violence. It's the same exact thing in every city. And it gets it. That's the reason that I'm so motivated to do more. You feel me? It's like, come on, man. It's not just Detroit, but Detroit can be a great example of what we can do to overcome all of this stuff. That's why I take it so serious. Like, when we go to different hoods and people be looking at us crazy as hell, it's like, bro, you about to go to Chicago in the middle of O Block, or you about to go to LA? You feel me? You about to go to New York, and like every time we go to a city, we go to the worst hoods in the city, and we build with the people there, and we organize the people in these cities, and we motivate the people to want to organize themselves. And we have we call it the black print, and for community organization.
Brilliant.
In our communities. And it's a process, but it's a process that's been working. But we got to work.
Talk about I love that name. I mean, the black print. Talk about that, how that came together.
Yeah, so people in the era of Black Lives Matter, bro, which is the most ineffective organization that has ever had the name black in it, if you ask me. Yeah. It has nothing to do with our people. We reap no benefits from this. It's just been an organization that's been provided by the establishment, so that organizations like, our organization and true organizations in the community don't get that juice or that gas in a time of where, police killings have been politicized. It's about money. You feel me? It's like, why every time you see somebody be killed by the police, the first person you see is who? Ben fucking Crump. He's the first person that you see every single time. It's followed up by Al Sharpton, followed up by the same type of people. And all these people are making money. And then you put Black Lives Matter in, and you see how much money that they just, they done make buku money on the backs of all of these murdered victims, and the families ain't been taken care of. You know, no money has been put back into the community for real. And you know, when we look at stuff like that, man, and we see the ineffectiveness of a lot of these other organizations, and then you look at, you know, what we need to do and how we need to spend it. So for us, the Black Print is being able to organize in our communities and be intentional and be consistent, right? On top of programs. So we got 16 different programs.
Wow.
And several national safety initiatives that we run in all of our different cities. And we do this consistently. And it got to be about the work. So we got to be able to go into the hoods and the ghettos of America and tap in with the people. And then from there, we have to organize the people and show them a different format of what organization really look like. So it's not marching and protesting and all of that, man. It's about being real with our situation, holding ourselves accountable, and being intentional about being consistent with the work that need to be done.
No, that's beautiful, man. Even with the Black Lives Matter movement, which, you know, again, it kind of makes more sense the more you talk about it. Like, how can it be beneficial to anybody besides awareness? Like, the awareness is ginormous, right? It creates a whole movement. It makes people accountable, right? So, like,
yeah, but the awareness in the videos. You feel me? My awareness, if I turn on my phone, I see somebody get shot dead on the phone by the police. That's the awareness.
I think, in my perspective, it's like this, and I agree a lot with yours, but I also see one side of the Black Lives Matter movement is that, like, just like the cancel culture, right? It's making you second guess your decision now. Like, you know how people were calling, like, it would be an African American man walking and a woman would call the police on him and say, this man's threatening me or this man's in my way or something like that. Come investigate the situation. Now that lady's going to be thinking in her mind, like, oh shit, this isn't a real situation. Black Lives Matter is going to be on my ass if I make this phone call right now.
But is that the truth, bro? That shit's still happening.
It's still happening.
They still doing it. Like,
I'm sure it got reduced a little bit. Because I'm thinking about, like, cancel culture as an entertainer myself. I'm like, damn, bro, I got to be careful what the fuck I say out here. One slip up and I'm out. Now, if you're a fucking corporate leader, which a lot of people in high levels of the industry have been questioned for things that they have said and stuff like that, now they're definitely like, okay, I'm not going to be on the Black Lives Matter movement. But again, with what you said, like, it only really stops there to some degree. And honestly, what they did with their money too is kind of wild, because I heard, like, they were spending the money on themselves, basically. Like, I know the owner of the organization or something like that gave $100 million or like $80 million to her, like, brother as a bodyguard, and just, like, the money got spent in, like, really, really weird ways. Man. So it's like, what happened there? You know what I mean? Like, what is your true intentions, you know?
Man, you raise that type of capital, bro, and we don't have nothing to show for it, not in one single Black community, and you raise that type of capital and we have nothing to no tangibles, you know, that can't be effective. And like I said, the cancel culture in general is doing that. That's not Black Lives Matter. That's just the culture of humanity at this point. You know, they don't need Black Lives Matter for people to say, oh man, that's messed up, we not gonna rock with you. That's not a Black Lives Matter thing. It's just more people in humanity is look at things and say, oh man, that's not right. That's not a Black Lives Matter thing. It's just, you know, we got to be able to look at stuff and say, you know, I've never seen Black Lives Matter out for babies being killed. Never, not one time have I seen them pop up, and I've never seen them in the hood, bro. I work in 16 different cities across America. Not one time have I ever been out and ran into anyone from the Black Lives Matter movement. Not one single time have I been out in the community and ran into any single person from Black Lives Matter. And not one time have I seen any tangibles from our people from that. And like you said, like when you talk about Trayvon Martin, you know, his parents, you know, they like in litigation and all that stuff, bro. It's like, oh man, we ain't get nothing from that. You know what I mean? Like, you know how much money was made off of Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin and George Floyd and all of this stuff. Like, I've heard just even George Floyd family got issues with people, you know, right now. So my thing is, you know, how you not even taking care of the families of the people that you making money off of? You feel me? Like, I got a huge problem with organizations that take the focus off of the real work, and that's what's happening. That's an organization that was pushed by a party, let's be honest, a Democratic Party, who backs and support this, and it helps them and all of, you know, all of these different decisions when it comes to politics is extremely political, and it's extremely ineffective when it comes to, tangibles for our people in our community.
Right. No, yeah, it's an interesting perspective, man. I never thought about it like that. For me, my first red flag was obviously the way the money was spent, but now you're bringing like a whole different aspect to it. It's like, what did this money do? And people always say like, be careful where you donate your money, because they've found so many programs where you'll donate $100 a month for a kid or something like that, and then you figure out that none of that's really being spent where it was said to be spent. So it's an interesting perspective to see that that's happening.
And it's crazy to me. It's like, we live in a technology age. Everything is shown and everything is seen on the phone. So if you donate to an organization, you're not seeing the work. You're not seeing, where your money is being spent. You're not seeing the benefits of donating.
I wish they did that. I wish they had let's say there's an organization that's like a philanthropy organization. I wish they showed okay, here's exactly where your money's going, and here's the status of what's happening with the money that you've given us.
But look, they do that. That's the
they
thing.
Do that.
Yeah, organizations are entitled to show all of that shit.
Okay, cool.
But the thing is, all that shit can be manipulated. That don't turn into success, bro. I mean, or not success, but it don't turn into progress or effectiveness. You know what I mean? Just because you see X amount of dollars went to the food program, it's like, dog, I never seen you feed nobody. You feel me? It's like, what good is that? Like, I'm giving all of this money. How much money have they got to cure cancer? You mean tell me ain't none of this shit hitting and y'all come up with a COVID cure in a year?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro, it's like, make it make sense. And it's like, if we continuing to donate all of this money, I talked to one of my good friends played for the Detroit Lions. He don't play no more, but man, we had a real life conversation about this, and it blew my mind, like the process in which they say when they come in, and they get handed like a list, of organizations to donate to and stuff like that. Like the organizations actually give them like handoffs, like, cool, y'all can donate to X, Y, and Z organizations. It's like, who are these people? And he showed me the list in Detroit. And I was like, bro, I heard of like one person on a list of like maybe 25 to 30 organizations that they had on there.
No.
Maybe heard of one person. I never even seen them, heard of them, but never seen them. It's just like, y'all know they coming in with this bag, and y'all divert it to people that is not there for the growth and success, of our people, our communities, or the communities that in which they plan for or come from.
And you don't think it's happening in silence? Like some people like to do philanthropy, but they don't like anybody to know. You don't think that's
so a lot of people just say that shit, bro. This shit, this the one thing that'll trigger the fuck out of me. You feel me? Because I hear this a lot. Like, I hear this from a lot of, rappers. I hear, oh man, yeah, we do stuff, bro, but we don't show it. I be like, nigga, you mean tell me you sit here and show everything? Told where your mama stay at, show how many chains you got, show how much money you got, how many bands you getting, how many cars you got. You done showed your house, you done show all of this, but you're not gonna show yourself doing no real shit. It's because you're not doing no real shit. That's just fake. That's fake to me. You know what I mean? Like, don't sit and say that you showing everything else and you're not going to show yourself doing no real shit. You can't show yourself donating to New Era Detroit. You can't show yourself, giving back to the people in the real way, not just when it's time to give back backpacks or pass out turkeys or do toy giveaways, but like real shit. Like, that pisses me off, man. When people say that, it's a cop-out. That's because you're not doing nothing. But I'm going to say that, what I'm doing, I'm not going to show you. So, they might have did something one time, threw somebody a little something under the table, and they utilized that. Like, oh, yeah, I stopped at a light and I gave a homeless person $100. See, I don't show everything that I do. It's like, come on, cuz.
I swear to God.
Say that soft ass shit, bro. Don't say that shit around anybody. Say that around me getting hold, bro. You better keep that shit to yourself, bro. In the area where everybody's showing everything, you not gonna show no real shit.
No, Nick, is that camera still rolling, or did you have to change something? Oh, so it's already switched? We're good. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I wanted to capture everything. No, it's actually funny though, because man, I can't say this shit, but I do know rappers that do shit like that. And there was actually like a picture like a year ago of this girl that she saw a building being built. It was like a foundation or something, and then she ran up to the building project and she said, hey, can I take your hammer from like the construction guy, to pretend like she was a part of the process of building this foundation. and somebody caught her doing that. Somebody caught her, videotaped her watching her go, ask the construction guy for the hammer, take the picture, get back in her car and dip. And that was the cancel of all cancels. She got fucking wrecked after that. But it's crazy because you're right. It's like, in one end, you're showing everything about your gangster lifestyle, or your rap lifestyle, or your luxury lifestyle, but then, I'm not going to show the good that I do. I'm not going to try to inspire you with that, because what's the reason behind it? What's the reason an artist would say, I'm not going to showcase that part of it?
Man, that's corny shit, bro. That's because they not doing it. And ain't no other
Besides
reason.
that, like, do you think if there's because you know how people say, well, I'm not going to show my good deeds because that's how, like, why would I show myself helping a homeless person?
It's because they not doing it.
That's simply it. Okay.
That's just it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like people gonna show about. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Like everybody's so anxious to show everything. That's why Instagram and Facebook and on TikTok, man, these are the biggest places in the world. You feel me? Like these the biggest companies in the world because everybody like to show what the fuck they doing.
Yeah.
So you don't want to. You gonna show everything else, but you coming out doing some real shit. But you doing something, and I'm not big on like. I'm not saying that. In regards to like homelessness and stuff like that, because I'm big on that. You don't want to show yourself, doing stuff, but like, come on, bro, like doing stuff for people that's homeless. That's not like the only thing, that's not the only thing, bro. It's like, come on, like you gonna show yourself doing everything else, but you're not gonna never show no real shit. The kids and the people who look up to you, they ain't gonna never see you do no real shit, and you okay with that? You okay with that being the secret and not, you popping pills, sipping lean, and all the rest of this shit? That should be the secret. You feel me? Like that should be that should be the quiet shit. Like not you doing no real shit. So. For me, I mean, that's weird, bro. Like I said, people just be weird and they be lying to themselves.
That's the sucky part because, like, if you look at music, that's the thing, man. I grew up listening to, like, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Wyclef, and just, like, artists where I didn't necessarily look too deep into what they were saying, even if they were talking about murder or, like, living the life in the ghetto. More so what I was experiencing was the feeling of what they were saying, like, wow, this person, like, I just feel like a resonance. Like, the energy is so strong. I don't know why I feel this way listening to this person, but I feel it. But, taking it to the point now where rap culture is at and the topics of discussion and stuff are so direct, like talking straight up about killing people and how you kill people and all these types of ideas and concepts and stuff like that. But it sells. So it's like it's selling, right? Why stop? Now, bringing back, I mean, it's hard, man. It's like promoting lean, for instance. There's rappers that literally like name themselves after lean or promote their main branding off of being a lean sipper. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but like, what the fuck? Like, does it need to be that way for people to be entertained is my whole point. Does it need to be this way for people to be entertained and have a good time still? Can we talk about other stuff? Can other stuff be discussed and it still be entertaining? Or is it because it's so relatable to the people that's why the enjoyment's there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think visuals are key, right? So even when we was growing up, used to have like 106 in Park and, MTV jams and all the rest of that stuff. And that's how you were able to see, you would get the visuals of what's cool, right? Mm-hmm. And now, these songs that got the videos to match and, all of the extra stuff that's going on inside of the videos. Wow. The extra marketing that's being seen inside of the videos, and you attach that to the cool stuff that you like, right? So the lean and the pills and the all the rest of that stuff is attached to the sweet ass car that I want. You feel me? All of the dope and the stuff that's messing up my head is attached to that chain. I like it. You feel me? And all the rest of this stuff is attached to material stuff, and now it's a marriage in a way to where, oh, okay, because it's the same thing for us growing back. Like, when I was looking at videos and we watching Jay-Z push the Benz and all the rest of this stuff, it was attached to the way they was moving. You know what I mean? And then like the D-boy culture, and that like is the hustle. That was the attractive attachment to the chains, the cars, and all of the nice stuff. Now it's drugs that's attached to that. It's not the hustle so much. It's the drugs and the scheming that's attached to all the fly shit that's catching people eye because, come on, man, you getting on the video, I'm 11, 12, 13. I'm seeing, a rapper with in the car that I'm idolized. Oh man, bro every rapper got a neck full of everything on now. You feel me? And it's just like you seeing these, you seeing all of this, materialistic stuff that you like, and it's attached to drugs. So, I feel like it's just subconsciously, a marriage when it comes to that type of stuff.
It's interesting too, because I didn't even think about it like this. Back in the day when they were shooting music videos, you obviously had to have like a production. Like it can cost you $10, $20, $50,000 to shoot a music video in particular for a rap artist. And now you made an amazing point. Like, because it's so accessible now to shoot a fucking music video and you're shooting it in reality, what people actually do, now we're seeing the drugs that could have possibly even been there 20, 30 years ago, but there just wasn't that awareness because of the cameras. But now a guy can go tell somebody, here's $100, come shoot this music video at my crib where I drink lean or where I pop pills at and all that, and have that stuff in the video with the guns and all this stuff behind me. So now people are seeing it, and now they're relating to it, like you said, because, well, they got the cool ass car, they live this crazy ass lifestyle, there's a girl in this video, these bitches are hot, let me get into this a little bit more. So that influence is there, but I never thought about it. It's because it's being seen more now, because you can shoot a music video for nothing basically.
Yeah, and then even when you talk about lean, like that ain't no new shit. You talk about DJ Screw and the culture down there in Texas, like, that's always been something, that people been talking about. You got, historic classic songs just about, lean and all the rest of that stuff.
I didn't even know that. That's wild.
Yeah, but you really think about it, and we weren't rushing out to do lean. You didn't show that shit on the video. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't being shown like that when Bun B and all of them, they talking about all of this stuff, and that what's that? Don't Blow My High by Benny Siegel and Bun B. It's a whole song about lean. It's one of the crazy hits, bro. Like it's just one of my favorite songs. But even in the video, none of that stuff, it was like about that, but they made it about something else, at the same time. And like I said, it ain't nothing new. Like lean ain't nothing that this generation just came out with. They've been doing that, but it hasn't been promoted and publicized, and marketed to the damn kids like that. So
how do you feel about drugs like that? My perspective, because I wouldn't call myself an alcoholic by any means, but I was drinking from age 12 till I just quit for like a month now. Okay, so it's my first 30 days I've stopped drinking. And I used to smoke weed a lot and all that, but I came to a point where I realized the cluttering of the mind that it was doing and whatnot, stuff like that. And I think when people do drugs, there has to be a purpose behind it, or a reason behind it. Now, like we talked about earlier, people are popping all types of drugs and just doing all types of drugs for a reason, obviously. What do you think this stems from? Is this from hiding from pain? Because I know one thing is, in Detroit, there's a lot of losses constantly, which I don't understand that. I've lost like 2 people in my life, and it was very different timings and more natural causes of deaths and stuff like that. To lose people constantly on every week, essentially, and just growing up in Detroit, if you grow up in like a area that's not too safe or violent or whatever, and just seeing things you're never supposed to see, is drugs an escape, or what is why are drugs so prevalent in the culture?
Drugs have always been an escape. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not just a black thing. You feel me? It's like drugs has always been an escape, for people in general. But what I feel like, I feel like you have the people that do drugs because they are trying to escape, or, they going through a lot of stuff, and, they trying to figure it out. And then you got, another group of people who just do it because it's just a part of the culture now. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I ain't lost nobody. I ain't took nothing, but I'm about to pop this pill because we all talking about it. You feel me? Like, because, that's what's being talked about at school, and this is something that everybody doing and it's cool. So, the influence, of it all is making a lot of people do that. So, in one hand, yeah, you got people who do drugs to, escape from a harsh reality. And on the other hand, you just got people that's just doing the shit just because it's been promoted, and then it's kind of a part of the culture now in some sort of weird way.
Yeah. When I grew I mean, into the industry. When I started in the industry, I grew up around a lot of people that became very successful in the industry. And I did notice one thing where I was like, okay, there's people who are helping immediately when it comes to the culture, or helping immediately when it just comes to anybody around them. And then there's people who just don't, and their excuse is, well, when I get bigger, I'm gonna do it. So put it in my mind, it's like, it's not about when you get bigger, it's if it's in you or not. If it's in you to want to start helping, you start doing it. Can you talk about your beginning point when you knew it's like, okay, I got to shift into a helping mode, I got to reach out?
Yeah, I hit that level when people start believing in me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just wanted to do something. I was at a point to where I felt like I moved around. I done did everything. You know what I mean? I done lived every part of a typical what you get out of Detroit environment. I did all of that shit. And then I look around, it's just like my movement was birthed in the Mike Brown era. You know, it was birthed in the era in the city of Detroit where women was just getting raped. And I remember being at a bar, bro, and the news came on, and it was like a serial rapist just going around just like raping women, man. This was like back in 2014. And I just remember it kept popping on the news, and then you would see people, men in particular, you would just see them like not even give a fuck about it. It's like, you know, nobody cares until it's they people. You feel me? It's like, you know, whatever it is, what it is. It's like, damn, man, as a man, as a black man in particular, you know, I feel a certain type of way, you know, when my sisters, you know, are being snatched up and, you know, trafficked, you know, through human trafficking. And, you know, I feel some type of way as, you know, my elders can't walk to the store without being, you know, jacked and, you know what I mean, beat up and shot at. And, you know, I feel a certain type of way, bro, when kids can't go outside and play or even lay in their damn bed without having to worry about getting caught by a stray bullet. Man. And it's just like, you know, if that don't move, I be in a weird space. It's like, why the fuck am I the only person that feel this way, bro? It's like, don't nobody else, and it never hit people until it's they people. I see people all the time. My emails and inboxes is full of people who never gave a fuck until it happened to their family member or happened to somebody who they love or they care about. So, you know, my thing is just like, well, how can you know, when you look around, it's not people advocating for us, not people advocating for the kids, not people, you know, protecting and holding down our sisters, you know, the women and the elders, bro. And then, you know, somebody got to do it. So at the end of the day, when people, you know, start to take and latch on to the message, and, you know, I start to believe in myself more as a leader, you know what I mean? You know, once it's on you, once it's in you, it's in you. And if it's on you, you know, it's just on you to do. So, you know, I didn't know when I first started that I would be doing this and taking it as serious as I'm taking it, and be in all these different cities and have these curriculums now and all of these programs. And, you know what I mean? I never thought that, you know, we'd be developing all of these leaders across the world, bro. And we are doing it. And it's just like, I'm seeing the influence and I'm seeing the progress, you know, as little as it may be, it's still moving in a wave to where people like, okay, oh, I get it, I understand, I want to be involved, how can I help? And you know, what steps can we take to do our role and where we at? So I'm seeing it a lot more now.
There's a officer, I don't know if you're familiar with him, he's like Officer Normandy, I think his name is. He's very prominent on social media. He's like this police officer that he goes through his city and he's just always like interacting with the people there. And mostly they're like mentally disabled people from the community and stuff like that.
Where at?
I can't remember that.
Not here though.
Not in Detroit. But I'm surprised you don't know about it. He's like bald and like he goes to cities and he's just like always taking care of like the mentally ill or people who are less fortunate and whatnot. And they film everything he does. Like he'll have his cell phone and film it, and he gains so much traction. It's like insane. And his movement's very strong, and that exposure and the positivity of it is great, and I think it helps a lot of people. Do you imagine yourself doing something like that, where like people, or do you already have that going on, where people follow you with a camera and kind of showcase what's happening constantly, and putting it out in that light, kind of, or you're not interested in taking that route at all?
I mean, our page is full of that, man. If you go to New Era Detroit, I mean, I have trigs on top of trigs of footage. We record everything, bro.
I don't think I follow New Era, so I might be just
Yeah,
ignorant to that page.
make sure you do that now. Everybody out there, man, make sure y'all follow New Era Detroit, bro. It's the movement. You can't say that you tapped into nothing going on in the community in this city and you not tapped into the #1 community organization in the city. But
It's on my charger real quick. Sorry, one quick second. You got time?
yeah, I got time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to get back on that note there, man. Talk about New Era a little bit and what's the best way for people to get connected with it?
Yeah, so the best way to tap in with us, man, is however you want to tap in. You know what I mean? Like, if you online on your phone all the time, you on Instagram, New Era Detroit, you on Facebook, New Era Detroit. We got TikTok page now. Twitter.
What's the engagement like? Is it reaching the amount of engagement that you expected?
Not even close, bro. We've been shadow banned for so long. Like, we shadow ban on and off. Sometimes we'll slip the crack, but and get like high level of views and stuff. But no, they monitor our page real good because they know we the truth when it come to this shit. It's not.
What are they mostly shadow banning? What posts are they triggering?
All the work. Nothing else, you know what I mean? Not like posts, like, typical stuff that everybody posts, but the actual work, like the work that we do in our community. If anybody go to New Era Detroit and just scroll our page for 5 minutes, and you can see the amount of work that's being done every first of the month. I do a 30-day run, and I show all the work we've been able to do in 30 days, and like you wouldn't believe it. Like you have to. When you see all the work, it's just like how, you know what I mean? How we doing all of this in 30 days, not just here in Detroit, but in all the rest of these different places. But yeah, we've been shadow banned heavily, like since like 2017, bro. Like we was really up there. We was getting crazy amount of views on every platform, and it was just like, we gonna shut this shit down right now. And yeah, we don't get nearly as many. Our number of followers don't even match close to the amount of impressions.
Now you guys are all over the country working, but it originated in Detroit. And who else is a part of this operation?
Man, I got a great team. I'm the founder. I founded and started it along with my wife. But I got a great team of people, man. And I always tell people this is like revolving door work because it's like we real consistent with it, bro. So, people will come for their seasons and they be like, all right, I put my work in. I'm going on to do something else. And at first I used to take it personal, but now I don't. I just know, like, everybody ain't built like me. You feel me? Like, I got it in me to make this shit a lifestyle and by any means necessary. And I ain't got no quit in my bones. You feel me? So, when it come to this type of work. But I've had a lot of people, bro, like a lot of people. Most people who organize in this city has been through this organization. And we put, we gave the black print to a lot of people. So, for us, it's just, that's just what it is.
When you're in other cities, is it prominently like, are you focused on the black community more so, or is it just any community that's struggling or anything like that?
I'm a black man, bro. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's like I don't have a problem. See, my thing is, people think when you talk about being pro-black and, I'm black first, that has a racist undertone to it, and stuff like that. And it's not that. I get along with people from all different nationalities straight up, bro. But, when I'm talking about working in communities and, you know what I mean, I'm focusing in on, the true problems is it all lies in black communities across America. This is the hoods and the ghettos of America is where all the issues are. You know what I mean? It's just like, even with the all lives matter type thing, when people be saying that type of vibe, it's like, oh, well, what about this and that? It's like, if I'm on a block and there's 30 houses on the block, but the one house burning is my house, am I going to take the water hose and go water houses that's not on fire, or am I going to stay focused on the burning house and work on the problem that's in the neighborhood, in the community? So for me, what do I look like going to work in anybody else's community that I'm not from? You know what I mean? And that's kind of the problem that I have with a lot of people, and a lot of people get big funding, bro, that come to black communities, millions of dollars, bro, that we never see in our communities are nothing, bro. They come to our communities, you'll see them around, they cleaning up. And I feel like some people just do it and they got good intentions and good heart. But at the end of the day, bro, why the fuck is it somebody from not, outside of our community on your block cleaning your shit? You feel me? Like, they don't live here. They not people not from here. Like, we got to be able to come our own shit and clean up our own community. That bugs me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I see a group of white folks or something like that in the hood cleaning up, and then you see our people were just riding by them and stuff like that, bro. Like, you supposed to be cleaning up your own community, bro. It's like that's what you are here for, to take care of your own shit, bro. So, for us, if our house and our community and our people not together, I don't have no business going to nobody else or worrying about nobody else until we got our shit together. And that's just respectfully. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else, but I got to focus on my people.
Yeah, man. No, yeah. It's crazy even if you look at the general scope of the United States as well, because even collectively, they're saying that we're destroying this future generation, right? And then when you look at when you look at the community of the black community that already had all these, what is it called? Like, you have to get through, just starting off with slavery, segregation, and just dealing with growing up in Detroit and everything like that. And then it's like you already had that going on, and now the generation that's is moving forward is already fucked up. It's like that's gonna, for a community that's already struggling or because of what has happened to them, it's like they're even further back now because the whole U.S. is getting fucked up. And I know it's like a very broad statement, but I mean, when you do look at social media or you do look at just general life and the way things move, it doesn't feel the same way it was 15 years ago. It doesn't feel as tied in. It doesn't feel like a community anymore. Even now they're doing the Save the Soil movement because we're fucking up our soil, and there's no food that can come out without soil. So it's like we're fucking up the planet in so many ways. We're fucking up socially in so many ways, in all these different ways. So obviously it's going to affect the communities that already have kind of this would you consider it like a kind of a handicap because of everything that they had to deal with, from obviously, like I said, slavery, segregation, and just growing up in Detroit.
Disadvantage. A disadvantage. And you're right, man. I mean, anytime you live in a country that's built on capitalism, you know what I mean? That's just what's going to happen. We're going to eventually, we're going to destroy ourselves. You know what I mean? Because it's all about greed. Mm-hmm. That's why all the food is fake. It's more cancer. So, I'm not satisfied with the real amount of chickens that I can grow because I can get X amount of dollars if we, make artificial chickens, you feel me, and all the rest of this stuff. So everything is just based off capitalism and who can get the most money and how we can take and take and take and take. It's never enough money in this country, like, for nobody. You know what I mean? It's just like, I even look at it now, even with like all these people with billions of dollars. People talk about Jay-Z and Kanye and, oh, they got $1 billion. Oh, that's what I'm trying to get, $1 billion. It's like, fuck do you need $1 billion for? It's like, what are you gonna do with $1 billion? Go off and have a big ass house and 50 cars and like, what we gonna do with it, bro? It's people literally out here on the streets, dog, sleeping like Tupac said, bro. Like, how are we a group of people that's just this focused on riches, and there's so much poverty and poor shit going on in our own communities? It's like, how the fuck do I feel being a billionaire, bro? No. Billionaire, billions of fucking dollars, and it's still people sleeping on the street, and I'm not doing what I can do to take care of that. But I know, once again, it goes back to everybody ain't built like that. You feel me? Yeah. Most people want to get theirs and get off, but it's just like, it's overrated. That money shit, to me, bro, is overrated. Richness is not a currency. You feel me? Richness is a state of mind, and I feel like if more people understood what true richness is, just like Bob Marley says, like, I'm a rich man because I'm rich here. You feel me? I don't care how much money I have. Money gonna come and go. That shit ain't nothing. Long as you got enough money to take care of yourself and your family, bro. It's like, and not trade time for money. You feel me? So you're not going and working 15 hours a day and shit like that. It's like, if you're getting enough money to free up time, that's rich. That's wealth to me. You know what I mean? I have enough money where I can wake up in the morning and play with my kids and teach my kids and, be a family man and do what I want to do in this short life that we have. That's wealth and rich greatness to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the rest of that shit, that's just greed, bro. And that's the reason why everything is going downhill and everything fucked up in every culture. You feel me? Not just black culture. Just everybody culture is trying to figure out how to get the biggest bag and how to get over on everybody and how to capitalize on every single thing. It's just like all we talk about. That's all you see on the internet. Money, 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 money. I'm gonna get the money, money, money. It's like that's the culture and that we're creating, and something like that, man, is only, bound for destruction sooner or later.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, obviously social media kind of fast forwarding that process of everybody comparing each other's lives to each other. So now I got to get this and I got to get that to feel superior, like, to feel like I'm on top. And I like how you brought up the Marley quote, because he basically, they were asking him like, how much money do you have? And he said, oh, like, how rich are you?
How rich are you?
How rich are you?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what are you talking about? And possessions, that means nothing to me. I love it.
Say I don't have those type of riches. You
he
feel
said
me?
life is him being rich, basically.
Yeah, man, that's
But
important.
I watched Warren Buffett, his documentary, and he was fucking one of the richest men in the world, obviously. And him and his wife got a divorce, and one thing they were discussing was donating the money. And his perspective was this on why he doesn't donate. He's like, I'm gonna wait till I have 50 billion right now. In 10 years, that can turn into 100 billion. Therefore, I'll have more money to give back to the community. And then her perspective was like, no, fuck that. Let's start giving money now for the people who are fucked up right now, and we'll figure out how to make more of that money while the shit's happening. So when I heard, I was like, bro, that sounds like an excuse just to not give. That makes no fucking sense to me. You save money so you can make more money, so then you can help. And 50, 60 years from now,
yeah, people who get into their billions, they don't get to billions because they generous with their money. You feel me? It's like, when you get to that level, is because you're just the opposite. You know what I mean? I'm not, and once again, that's that capitalist mindset, man, and mentality, and that level of greed. It's like people got more money than they'll ever spend in 10 lifetimes. Once you get $1 billion, it's like, come on, bro. It's like you're not gonna unless you just on some Floyd Mayweather shit. You know what I mean? Like, we just about to just spend money, get money, spend money, like, and that type of vibe. But you ain't gonna never spend that type of money, man. And it's not like, why not help people while you here? It's like, that's the hope. That's where you get your blessings from. That's what people fail to realize. Like, you get your blessings off of what you do for people. You feel me? Like, what are you doing to, help humanity as a whole? What you doing to level up, other people? And, what's your energy? All that shit is energy. When you do stuff for people, that's putting out good energy, and energy is real. So when you do good shit, some people call it karma, I call it energy. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you selfish. It is what it is. Like, you may be successful in here. That's why so many rich people, bro, they miserable. Some of these motherfuckers are miserable for real. You feel me? It's like, it's not about the money. They ain't not happy. They don't got friends. They by themselves looking weird and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it ain't even about, it's about, how happy you are internally and what you can do for other people. It's like, if you're not putting yourself in a position when you got to give, you feel me? I can't relate to that in no form or fashion.
No, yeah, Will Smith said it really well as well. He basically said that, he's slept with every girl he's ever wanted to sleep with in his life. He's experienced all the greatest things, flying to different countries and everything. He's experienced the greatest things in life, and he said nothing brought more joy to him than being a part of other people's lives and helping other people's lives. And I'm not gonna lie, that sex part hit me, because I was like, damn, if you really slept with every girl and you're still not happy, like, god damn, man, you must be right about this one.
Hey, look, happiness is don't have a price tag on it, man. Like, people, people can say that shit all they want. Like, brokenness, I'm not saying that to say like, oh, you should just be broke. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, you need to put yourself in a position to get a bag and be comfortable in life. But comfortable doesn't mean be greedy. You feel me?
Right.
And if greed never equates to, good energy, good vibes, and future success, and not even talking about your life. You know what I mean? Like, if you got kids, you gonna pass that energy down to them, bro. It's like, you may think you good and lived a great life, being a filthy fucking billionaire, but like, what your kids gonna be like? They gonna grow up weird as fuck. You know what I mean? Because you ain't tapped them into the shit you should have tapped them in, and raised them in a mindset where you you let them know like you got to be able to do for other people.
And we all been there though. We've been at the point growing up where we're like, damn, I do want to be a millionaire, because you just have this like crazy ass idea of it in your mind and stuff like that. And as I got older, I started realizing, like, just because I practice so much spirituality and stuff, like I started realizing, okay, maybe that's not the answer. I have a tailor, and he's an older man. He's like 65, never looks at his phone. He's fucking happy as hell. He's just a normal ass tailor. He greets me, and it's just, you could just tell he's totally happy with his life. And then I'm sitting there meanwhile thinking like, how do I get the bag? How do I do this? How do I do that? But I'm just thinking to myself, like, maybe I am thinking the wrong way about all this stuff, you know. And I like how you said richness, you know, comes from how you live your life earlier, because even in the movie Barbershop, one of my favorite fucking lines from that movie is from Cedric the Entertainer. And, you know, Ice Cube had just sold the shop, and then Cedric the Entertainer starts talking about how he's like, your dad didn't have all the money in the world, but he was rich because he invested in people. Because he had the key, he had such a great connection with the community that everything was available to him. He didn't really have to pay for anything, probably. And that meant a lot to me when I seen that scene, because it's like, it really is just about your people in the community and stuff like that. But I think social media, man, it does fuck with your mind, bro. It makes you feel like you got to do something. Like, I got to go get what the fuck he has, or else what the fuck am I? Like, what am I doing out here?
Yeah, and that's not, you know, living in our truth, man. You know what I mean? That's living in somebody else's truth. And, you know, if you put yourself in that position, you're going to be chasing somebody else's truth your whole life. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to reach the level of happiness that you know you could reach, you know, that's inside of you. We all got different levels of shit. I feel like with social media, it just combines us to move the same. And we different people, you feel me? We all have different levels of happiness. We all have different levels, you know, of what success is. And, you know, and once again, by no means am I saying, like, not go out and get the bag. I'm not sitting up here saying I have no intentions on, you know, going broke, you know, not reaching a level of financial success. But all my shit gonna be tied into making sure that, you know, it's for us. My life is based on being able to build and grow something bigger than myself for my people. And so I don't care, like, it's no way I'm sitting on $1 billion and I know it's a city like Detroit, and I'm seeing all these other folks come in with less money than me, buying up whole communities, and I'm not about to be able to do that. I'm not about to invest in, you know, some of the things that black children need in communities other than fucking basketball, you know, basketball hoops and parks and shit like that. Like, we just got to put ourselves, you know, in a mindset to understand, man, like, life is bigger, bro. Like, we only get one of these motherfuckers. I feel like people don't understand that. People take life for granted too much. You know what I mean? Like, you can blink of an eye, shit can be gone. And it's like, you know, what does it mean? You know what I mean? You're just going to be another person that's up under the dirt, and people going to be sad for a day, and they going to go on the fuck on about their life. You know what I mean? It's like, what did you do? You know what I mean? Did you live your life to the fullest? You know, are you happy internally in yourself? Are you proud of yourself? People don't even, you know, look themselves in the mirror, and people go their whole life without saying, well, damn, I'm proud of myself. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm happy with the type of person that I turned out to be, and, you know, I'm happy what I've been able to do for other people. Like, that is a sound life, because we all got to check up out this bitch, you know, sooner or later.
Yeah, 100%. People forget just the consciousness of realizing that we're just life, and life ends.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And I think having you on here is like a good first step as far as gaining awareness for what I've been doing, because I love the hip hop community. I love the entertainment scene, but I just felt like, you know, there's more to it than this at the end of the day. There's way more to it this at the end of the day. Seeing you speak and seeing the amount of passion you had behind your words and everything was like, even, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, it really clicked with me too. Like, it really clicked with me where I was like, damn, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like, no, like, for real, like, I'm out here like, yeah, man, like, people fuck with me. You know, I make money doing what I love to do. But then I'm at the same time like, bro, hold up. But you're a guest to Detroit, right? So I'm a guest to Detroit. What the fuck am I doing for Detroit though? I mean, yeah, I'm putting people on, but again, that's only part of the entertainment industry. So even with me, I'm like, I swear to God, man, like from the bottom of my heart, I really want to figure out what the fuck I can do.
That's love, bro.
That's what's in my heart, and I'm like, what the fuck can I do? And I didn't want to be one of those people that waited. Like, oh yeah, bro, once I get my name to this point, then I don't want to be that. And I think it's just stupid. And obviously for Detroit, but just for the world, I want to be considered as a humanitarian in life. I don't want to just be a person that's like totally self-fulfilling and it's only about me and my bag. Even if it means missing out on some of the bag. Like I'm just like how you said, like you can make so much money, but there comes a point where you got to figure out how to give back. Like, you know, there's almost so much money that can really even make you happy. There's even like a study that shows that once you hit $70,000 in your bank account and you're maintaining $70,000 a year, your happiness barely increases, even if you reach $1 million after that. Yeah, so it just goes to show you that money isn't like the total key there. But what I was gonna say, even before you came on here, man, when we were outside in the parking lot, I considered it an honor for you to be on here, and I know you're so humble that you're probably not even gonna answer this question, but like, is there a particular moment that stands out to you with so far, with what your organization has accomplished, that stands out to you as like a prominent moment or anything that really shined to you or made you feel like, damn, even if it's something like a little bit superficial, or it's like you met a certain person or anything that you've encountered or anything like that that really touched you, besides the fact that you're helping the families and communities and being a part of that.
Yeah, I think for me, man, to be completely honest, man, is the people that believe in, you know, what we building, man. It's just like to be able to go to different cities, man, and you know, see leaders, you know, being developed in these cities off of what we've been able to create here. You feel me? To be able to see young leadership in these cities, man. I think like I get the most pride off of that. I get the most pride off of saying, well, damn, you know, we making a change in other places and other people is believing this and they putting the work in towards that. You know, it's what we're building, you know, to me is like, that's my pride. That I love that. You feel me? I love to be able to go to different cities, and even in Detroit, man, it's like, it's special, bro, to go anywhere in the city and, you know, people like, oh man, I love what y'all doing. You know, keep it up. Hey man, you fed my uncle one day. Hey man, you know, you walked my kids to school one day, man. Hey look, hey, I remember that time you know, y'all stood up for X, Y, and Z. It's like that type of shit. You know, for me is the most rewarding thing when people can see the work and appreciate it, because you know, we do, man. I work really hard for us, bro. Like I work hard for my people in my community. People only knew to have, you know, the things that I've had to sacrifice, the things I've been through, you know, just to be in the position that I'm in right now. And, you know, I'm you know, because of, you know, all of the shadow banning on the internet, and then, you know, a lot of these pseudo leaders, you know, they don't share our shit or nothing like that. It's cause like, come on, bro. They talking about what we need to do and we doing it. You know, that's half of their content gone. You feel me? You gonna share us? It's like you built the whole YouTube channel off of telling people what they should do and saying it ain't nobody doing it, and then here we go. You can't share us. You feel me? So, you know, for me, it's that though, bro. You know, I am a humble person, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't live my life for me. I knew that shit was over when I started doing this. You feel me? It's not about me no more. It's about, you know, what can we build? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You know, people still talk about Tupac to this day. Why? You feel me? How many rappers have died since Tupac? How long have Tupac been dead for? You feel me? It's not 96, 95? You feel me? And it's still a topic every single day. It's because he stood for something. You feel me? And, you know, he was deeper than just, you know, a me, myself type person. He had values that was centered around something that was larger than himself. Even with Nipsey, he the same way. You know, his values was centered around. That's why people gonna be talking about him forever. But everything else in between, bro, if you don't stand on something, if you're not doing shit for other people, if you're not putting yourself in a position, you know, to leave a legacy, you know, that's something bigger than just you and in your household, you know, or some tapes that people gonna be able to listen to. It's like, we got to be able to put ourselves in a position where I already know when my time is up, I'm immortalized. You feel me? It's like, well, we building this shit ain't stopping. You know what I mean? And when we started this, so, you know, my shit is already right now, and I'm not nowhere near done. But, Lord forbid something happened to me, it's up already. You feel me? So it's because I stood for something. People that stand for shit, they live forever, bro.
Exactly.
And that's life to me. You know what I mean? Being able to live forever, past the flesh. You know what I mean? Because we all got an end date. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what did you do while you was here, and how and how has the things that you've been able to do when you were there? How does that shit carry on? You know what I mean? And that's living to me. When your kids can say, yeah, my dad was, he did this, he was this, that, and the third, and that's inspiring, bro. Like, that's real to me, man. Like, I get my living and my life off of, what I can do for the greater cause of other people, man. And that's selfless. That's selfless work to me.
It sucks because when you look at some of the greatest figures in movements, like there's always a tragic ending to it. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and obviously, you don't want that. Even Tupac, like that, the way that you had to die makes you become more impactful for whatever reason, and that's the sucky part. It's like, can it be done without that? And I think in this new era with social media, it is easier for people to gain awareness without anything tragic having to happen.
Yeah, but it's just crazy, man. It's gonna always be like that, to be honest with you, bro. It's just like, it's just the way life is, man. People don't appreciate good shit until it's gone,
man.
You know what I mean? And that's just fucked up. But that's just the way the life is, man. We don't appreciate what's in front of us till it's not in front of us no more. And it's like, until we understand and start to appreciate that, like, and understand like life is precious, and appreciate people that give a fuck about you enough to want to do something for you. You know what I mean? And figure out how you can build with that and help out with that, man. We gonna be where we at. It's gonna be every time something happen to somebody that somebody show love.
Do you have a few more minutes, or do you gotta get? Okay, I wanted to ask you a question that is, I know it could be kind of complicating to answer this, but like even when polio was like rampant around the world and like, in India and stuff, and then they found ways to eradicate, the whole disease and get people walking and everything like that again. And it's like, it took a team of people, it took a team of like scientists and people that figured out how to make like lower prescription drugs and all that stuff that cost little amounts of money. And they figured out how to eradicate this disease that was spreading across the world. But like, why is it so complicating to figure out how to fix like impoverished cities or underprivileged cities or cities that are just like the ghettos and the hoods and the gang violence? Why is it so hard to fix that in particular?
The simple answer is because it's money involved. You feel me? Like, there's big money involved in the destruction of black communities and the ignorance of black communities at every level, from politics. It's big money involved. Just think about, the type of money and the funding that come. What blew my mind, what changed me, is one reason that we even started a nonprofit, because majority, like, we did 7 years, bro, just out the mud, like no 501c3. We just got that shit last year. So I got it because I was able to see how much money was coming to the city and was supposed to go to our communities and our people that never made it. You feel me? Like, we never see this money, this funding, that comes to our community. And then also, we looking at all of the stuff. You said, I'm sorry, you was the point.
Oh, my question? Basically, why is it so hard to fix why a ghetto is a ghetto or why a hood is a hood?
Yeah, so it's just resources, man. It's just like, okay, even when we talk about crime and violence, you know what I mean? Police forces get shitloads of funding, you feel me? Like, a lot of money, you feel me, for violence. Like, no violence, no police funding, no work, you feel me? When you talk about all of the programs that's predicated, black communities are built around programs, federal programming. Like, that's a big thing. It's almost like washing money. Like, they send money down to these big companies and corporations and organizations and foundations to do X, Y, and Z for our communities that never get done. But if our communities are in good shape, then what? These big ass companies that's getting millions upon millions of dollars, they don't get a bag, right? Same shit. Like everybody eat off of you know the poorness of our communities. Like everybody eat off of, and it's exploited like crazy. You know what I mean? It's like really exploited in a lot of different ways. So, you know, if same thing, if the education system was top tier in our communities, then what? Like there's no jails. Even, you know, you can't go to jails. You know, they can't get money for prisoners. You feel me? It's like all of this shit is predicated on, you know, the downfall and demise of our communities. Even a school to prison pipeline, that's a real thing, man. Like that's a real thing. Like,
Yeah, they like
real life
question.
shit.
They study you to see where you're gonna most likely end up, right?
Man, by the third grade, bro, if you're not reading at a third grade level, man, the likeliness of you going to prison is extremely high, bro. You feel me? It's just like, for us, it's we put in a position of where everything that could benefit us in a lot of different ways won't, you know, is being blocked by, once again, man, you know, greed and money. You know what I mean? It's like we got enough federal funding, quote unquote, to shape up black communities. There's enough money that's coming down. The churches get enough money. Everybody get enough money, bro. The entertainment get enough money. You know, like it's enough money there if we really wanted to be serious about tackling the issues in our streets and our communities. But people not really serious about it. It's too much more money to be made off of the downfall and demise of our community. So it's capitalism at its finest. You know, this country has always made money off the backs of poor black folks. So it's nothing different. You know what I mean? It's like my people literally built this fucking country, bro, for nothing. They got nothing. Wall Street was built on the backs of free black labor. You know what I mean? Like all of that shit. It's like, and we still haven't gotten. We still the only group of people that haven't got shit from that.
Man, like yeah, that's the thing that always kind of, like, even when I used to read history books and they used to talk about slavery, it like never clicked in my mind how it ever happened. Like I never understood like how the hell did it happen. Obviously, I ended up learning how it kind of came to, like, you know, they moved on that, but the insanity of the fact that there was segregation in the first place, or that there was slavery in the first place, is still hits, and I think people forget that. Like I think people kind of forget, like they didn't forget, but they did forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
do. I think especially the newer generation, man, they don't have a clue about the shit that just happened 50, 60 years ago.
And I bet you the history books in the schools probably are like kind of weaning away. Yeah, weaning away from it a little bit more.
Yeah. They doing this like a critical race theory, that whole shit now. Like they trying to, you know, not even talk about slavery no more. They like, oh, okay, we passed that. No, we not past that shit.
Yeah.
You know, break us our bread, then we can move past that. Give us reparations, and then you motherfuckers can do what y'all want. We'll teach that shit in our own schools. You know what I mean?
How would compensating work? What's the best way for everything to work? Where would there ever be like, okay, this is enough, like you guys paid us back, or you guys did your end of this now to make it okay? I don't think there's ever a way to make it okay, but to make it at least somewhat like livable.
We got to get something, bro. We got to get something in terms of policies. We need something in terms of policy and also tangibles. You feel me? I always think one of my biggest tangibles, I always think no black people in America should pay taxes. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's like reparations right there. Like, wipe us off the tax board, bro. Like, y'all built this whole motherfucker for us. You know, we treated y'all ancestors like shit. You know what I mean? Like, we are a part of the original people that was in this country. Like, no, fuck all that. Christopher Columbus discovered a group of land, and that's a lie, bro. Like, we was here. You know what I mean? It's like our people was here. It's like, yeah, that's a good, to me, when people talk about reparations, start there. We shouldn't have to pay shit. We should be tax deductible people.
Man.
That's reparations right there. And then we can talk about moving past shit. You know what I mean?
That would be a good start for sure.
That would be a good start. That look like reparations. Also, the weed, that's another form. You feel me? It's like, that's another thing. Like, big shout out to the Weed Bar too, man, and all my folks over there. We having a huge event on Juneteenth, June 19th, downtown. A Free the Culture event where we're gonna be talking about freeing our brothers and sisters, man, that's locked up in the state. How the fuck the state out here making money on a product and y'all still got people locked in the state for the same product? You got free my people and take care of all them records. Anybody that got anything to do with weed on their record should be expunged immediately. So, you know, weed is another form of reparations. You know what I mean? Like that shit come from the culture too as well, man. Like we supposed to be owning all of these dispensaries that's in our hood, bro. Like it shouldn't be and have nobody else should be coming. Like I don't care if somebody go to Livonia and make a goddamn put up a weed spot. That's cool. But in Detroit, in black areas, it should be a clause. Like if you're not black, you know what I mean? You're not a part of a direct descendant of slavery. You shouldn't be able to own weed dispensaries. I mean, that's just something else. Like it's different ways. It's not 40 acres in a mule
Native
no
Americans
more.
have like casinos or something like that, right? Don't they have
Yeah.
like?
Oh yeah. Man. Everybody got shit except for us. You know what I mean? Legally, legally shit. Like people got all type of breaks and all type of shit. We the only people that don't have nothing, bro.
No, the only thing I would say about the taxes thing is like the complications of like taxes obviously pay for like how things happen normally. So like how would you work about that?
So federal taxes we just shouldn't have to pay. You know what I mean? Like maybe local state taxes. You know, maybe, you know what I mean? You paying for the, trash to get picked up and shit like that. You know, like maybe we chip in on that, but in general, bro, we should just be like a fucking 501. Black folks should be 501c3s, bro. A tax deductible entity, meaning that even if I do tax, you give me my shit back at the end of the year. You feel me? I mean, that's a start, bro. Like at the end of the day, we fucking old, bro. Like for real, like fix the problem. Like they won't even acknowledge the problem, because they know if they acknowledge it, they gotta fix it. So even when you talk about presidents and all that, they tiptoe around that, bro. It's like we not gonna really say that we really fucked y'all over dearly.
Bill Cosby. No, I'm not gonna go where anybody thinks I'm gonna go with it. But Bill Cosby did he did have like a speech. I think it was either Philadelphia or Detroit, and he basically was criticizing the inner city, and he was criticizing the way things run. Did you get a chance to watch that speech by Bill Cosby when he did that? Because
I didn't really focus too much on Bill, man. Bill did too much criticizing for me. His approaches was always critical when it comes to the hoods and the ghettos of America, you know what I mean? Because he was Bill Cosby, I feel like he kind of lost touch a little bit on, reality, and I just don't like. I never really felt the way, how he looked down. It always felt like I'm looking down on, like ugh, like y'all should be doing this and doing that, and not understanding, like, bro, it's a whole play like that's set up against us, and. Like we do stuff different, and a lot of people, some people trying to do stuff, and just because it don't look like what the boule or the bourgeoisie community consider success, and that's a whole nother thing. The bourgeoisie community versus the hood, you know what I mean? Like uppity blacks versus, that's a whole nother conversation. But I never really jumped off into Bill because of like that type of.
What movie would you say represents the inner city the most, that is accurate to some degree for people to watch and be like, oh, so that's kind of a little bit of what it's like? Is there anything people can look at and kind of feel what's happening?
I feel like just reality, bro. Like you can look at as far as like movies. Let me think, bro. Let me get at a real good think. As far as movies,
like, would you consider Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society accurate at all?
Yeah, I consider them extremely accurate. But I'm trying to think of something more modern, because I was about to go there. I was about to go but I'm thinking like they don't even really make movies like that no more, bro.
Yeah,
they don't even make
more,
movies that's based on the true reality of the culture no more. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because those movies, I think, were so fucking. They hit every nail on the head that it's like, what do you do?
Because
after
that's
that?
what I was about. I'm about to name older stuff like that. You know what I mean? And even, different sitcoms and stuff, like they really touched on the vibes of, you know, our culture, our true culture. Now it's just like I'm really trying to think, bro. I don't watch a lot of movies, but you know, I'm trying to think, and I can't really think of nothing that I would say, yeah, this is a pretty accurate.
Everything Ice Cube did was probably the last of the authentic realm of like seeing the scope of what's going on in inner cities, like to some degree. After that, I can't really think of a movie. But like to get that perspective at all, and just hearing that you think those were accurate is, I think people should check out just to see, like, experience like a little bit, like 1% of what it probably feels like to like grow up living in that environment. And then have, so like when Bill Cosby comes in and basically says like, well, you guys just need to do this and you just need to do that, but then you got to think about like, okay, first of all, just from me, from my personal perspective, if I'm waking up, I had a friend kill himself like 4 years ago. When that happened to me, he was my best friend. Bro, you know how like shooken up I was for like months, years? I didn't even realize it. I had somebody like really jaw into me, like, you've been acting different, you don't realize it. And I broke down and started crying. I didn't even realize how I've been acting. Now I'm so close with my rapper friends and I'm witnessing them lose people every day. I'm like, okay, that's one thing. You're obviously living in a fucking hostile environment. So you're dealing with that on a day-to-day basis. And then you're dealing with losing people on a day-to-day basis. And then you're dealing with drugs being pushed at you. And then they got, you know, no offense to strip clubs and stuff like that, but like, I think sex like that or getting it that obtainably like that, I don't think I don't think it does anything beneficial to you. And then pushing all the gun stores, and then like you said, you can't really open a business because everybody from outside of the city is coming in to open up a fucking business, and all these restrictions, and then obviously dealing with the past generations of what you guys had to go through. So like when Bill Cosby comes and makes it seem so simple. And it's like you're dealing with all these just the factors of being a human and the emotions of being a human being. It's not just as easy as saying, "Oh yeah, you're right, my boy. I got you. You're right. I'm about to just go snap into it."
That's always the problem, man. With like the upper class black folks, they think that, you know, oh, it's simple. I made it out. I did this. You know, I went to Princeton. Look, you know, now I'm living in Beverly Hills. I'm living in, you know, I guess Bel Air is kind of like you know, not really. It tells kind of a truth of both sides. You know, I feel like that's something recently that kind of give a real life truth of the different type of, you know, the different type of classism in our communities. You know what I mean? And in regards to the streets and, you know, the upper class black folks. So, but I feel like it's a little truth in everything, man. But the real reality is just out in the communities, man. It's just like, that's the realest shit to me, bro. Like the shit that you see on a day in and a day out basis, like that's going on, you know, in our communities. And, you know, to be honest with you, some shit ain't for everybody to see, you know what I mean? Or even everybody to understand, you know what I mean? It's like, I always tell people, like, if people did really want to understand, it's like people love black culture. Yeah, you've probably heard this before. People love black culture, but don't really love black people as much as they love the culture. Like the whole culture, because you don't understand it. Like, oh yeah, I love the music. I love the way that I'm being entertained. I'm loving, you know, the fashion. I'm loving everything. But, you know, the actual struggles and the day-to-day shit that you got to go through being black. Now I'm about to walk the other way. Like that's where I draw the line, buddy. You feel me? It's like everything else is fun, sweet, and cool, but nah, I'm straight on the rest of the real life shit. You know what I mean? So for, you know, it's just a cultural thing, and I feel like everything ain't for everybody to understand. You know, like I don't understand everything from other people's culture. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But, you know, for us, you know, just if people can't look at black people out of all the stuff that they've been able to see, like we've been the biggest open book in America. People know all the shit that done happened to us in the past, you know, all the shit that we've been through. If that's not enough, you know what I mean? I just don't know what's gonna be enough for people to get it and understand like all the shit that we've been through. Right. You feel me? It's like it has to amount for something. It has to count, you know, to why we are the way that we are. You know what I mean? And why our communities are the way they are. It's like, I always tell people, like, I don't get so much offended off of, like, racism when it comes to somebody calling me a name or some shit like that. Like, yeah, you're gonna still get your ass kicked, but I'm not about to be like, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. you know, it's the systematic racism that's fucking us all the way over. You feel me? When I want to go grab a loan and I know my credit is good enough and I got the same type of credentials as somebody who don't look like me, but I can't get it. You feel me? You know, I can't get a grant, or, you know, I can't get an opportunity because of my skin color. And, you know, I can't do certain things because of the way that I look. That's the type of shit, you know, that bothers me a lot more than just the name calling shit. I don't care about that.
No, even in the I don't know if you ever seen Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins, but there's that scene in the movie where Tim Robbins is like criticizing Martin Lawrence about like how he's a scammer and all that shit. He's like, why don't you just go get a job? And there's a scene in the movie where you get to see inside of Martin Lawrence's house, and he literally has degrees and all this shit. And there's a scene in the movie when Martin Lawrence responds to that question, and he goes, "I'm not exactly the corporate color."
Yeah.
Which was like a very strong statement. It's like basically saying like, this is not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. Like, that's the thing, like, people really don't get. It's like the systematic aspect of racism, because a lot of cultures, they look at us now, especially, oh, well, I don't see, and then especially like, you know, people that come in, different nationalities, you know, you hear, well, my parents came in, we were poor, we didn't have this, we didn't have that, but your ass came in and had the right complexion, you feel me? And, you know, you were able to come in and do shit that we can't because of the way that we look. So you can't never compare, you know, apple to oranges in that field. So, you know, we gotta always be mindful of those things.
There was like a video of these kids at the mall, and like I think it was like a black kid and a white kid, and this white kid had started the fight with a black kid, and then literally when the security guards came
went
up,
right to the black kid.
Yeah, they went instantly, and I seen it in many videos like that.
I was about to say that's just one of many.
Yeah, many.
And it's just like it's like that. Like our, you know, it's a weird space, man. It really is. Like, I think that most of us are kind of desensitized to it. It's like we kind of numb to it. You know what I mean? Because it's just the way shit is. But you know, at the end of the day, man, it's just like people gotta understand that shit. You know, it's not something that I want my people to use it as an excuse. But shit, it's a factor. I'd be damned if I sit up here and say like it's not a factor. You know, if we can't get the same opportunities when it comes to, you know, all the shit that's coming on, it comes through the pipelines downtown. If we can't go in and get loans in the way that we should be able to go get them, and, you know, even with I had a situation with Airbnb. You know what I mean? I'm completely discriminated against, you know, with Airbnb, like on some shit just because of the way that I look. You feel me? So, I mean, it's a lot of things that we go through on a day in and a day out basis that people just won't understand.
Can you touch on that, or do you not want to touch on that?
With Airbnb, I'm not about to touch on that because I got, you know, it's on some litigation shit. But,
okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's just the same, you know, people who get rooms or get, you know, anything, man. We Ubers, Turo, anything, man. Like, people gonna, first thing they gonna look at you and they gonna judge you on how you look. Exactly. You know, and they gonna group you in this, you know.
But it's crazy because like the school shooters and shit's always coming out like white as hell and shit like that. Like, what the hell's going on out here? Like, this don't make no sense.
There it is.
Literally, all the mass shootings, like literally all of them. It's insane.
All of them, but they get swept under the rug, man. They get, them boys go. They get to experience trial, and they get, you know, handcuffed and not beat up and roughed up. You feel me? It's just like, we could never, ain't no way in hell, if mass shooters were black, that they would even see a day in court. They would be popped off immediately. If the shoe was on the other foot, bro, the shit that just happened in Buffalo, if you reverse both roles, you feel me? A black guy going into an all white grocery store and killing white people intentionally, saying that this is what I'm doing, and they get that call over the goddamn radio. Come on, man. That whole police force going in there knowing that they about to kill this motherfucker. That's just it.
Somebody made a whole picture about that. They showed how he exited the scene, and then it also said, look, and then George Floyd, it was like buys a pack of cigarettes or something like that, and then gets killed. It's like, it was like an insane, like, you know, contrast of events. Yeah. Listen, man. I know we could go on for days, and I definitely want to have you back on. This was awesome talking to you. Man. Tell everybody. Oh, one last thing I wanted to touch on. The last thing is, what the first step is anybody can take, not just a person who wants to be a leader, but anybody can take to help move your movement forward as well as the movement for the community.
Man, self accountability, man. So with our organization, we got 5 levels of accountability, and the first level of accountability is self accountability. Man, you got to be able to hold yourself accountable to do more. Like that's first and foremost. If you're not looking at yourself in the mirror and in your heart, because everybody ain't got it in them to want to do something better. You feel me? It's like it's not in everybody. But if you feel like you got it in you, you need to look yourself in the mirror and say like, okay, I want to do more. Now, I'm going to do more and take steps towards that. Figure out, I don't have to be new era, but figure out organizations, that's around, that's on your same type of vibe, your frequency. Get with people, get with everybody should be with an organized group of people that's doing something progressive in their communities. That's just facts. You know what I mean? Like we got to be able to put ourselves, but self accountability is the first and foremost, bro. Self accountability. The second one for us is household accountability, or I'll say environmental accountability. So after you hold yourself accountable, you gotta be able to hold motherfuckers accountable around you, bro. It's like you can't say that you want to elevate. You a good person. You got a good mindset. You on a wave of elevation, and you got people around you that's not on that same frequency and on that same wave. You got to remove people from around you, bro. Like that's not on no people that's not vibing. People that's not about to help you elevate. It's not good energy, negative, hating. Quitters. You know what I mean? Like get all those type of people from around you, man. Your environment is 60% of your life, bro. It's like literally, it's gonna decide your growth, or it's going to decide your downfalls and demise. Like you got to be able to clear that space, bro. Hold your environment accountable. And then third for us is community accountability, making sure that we get out in our community and do for our community. Whatever your communities is, you should be doing something for the environment that you live in, and making sure that you look after the kids in your communities, the elders in your communities, and protect the women in your communities. That's just what it is. Fourth is economic accountability. For us in our community, making sure that we put ourselves in a position in which we are opening black businesses, supporting black businesses. For our people, for black people, the number one employer of black people is black people. So if we not opening up more black businesses, we not really truly putting ourselves in a position to, make sure that we able to hire people and put our communities in a space to where we elevating economically. And then fifth for us is political accountability, man. We gotta understand politics. This shit not just a get out and vote thing and vote for the most popular person. Man, we gotta understand this shit, bro. It's like we live in a city in Detroit, bro, which is 79% black. 79% black. The entire city is roughly 700,000 people in the city. The mayor just won an election. Is that last year? He had 69,000 votes. Got him the mayor of a city with 700,000 people in it, bro. Like, that's no accountability on our behalf, man. We don't understand nothing that's going on in our community. 80% of the people stay home, didn't even worry about voting. We don't care about where the resources coming, the money is coming. We don't care about the school board, the stuff that's going on there. We don't care about all the stuff that we need to understand politically. It's not about people, the best name, and none of that, bro. It's about positions, what are people accountable for, and things of that nature. So accountability is big for myself, bro, and our organization. So we got to just be able to hold ourselves accountable in key areas, and make sure that we get with people that's organizing, be a part of an organization. If you ain't got the time to come out and get involved, man. You working all the time, and instead just donate, bro. It's just like it's that simple. Like it's so many different ways that people can help out, bro. So for anybody in Detroit that's looking to get involved, just tap in with us, man. We are the number one on the ground organization, not only in Detroit, in the country. Like literally, like, nobody move like us in the country when it comes to organization in our communities. If people want to get involved with us, they can reach out to us. Just info@neweraworld.work or volunteer at neweraworld.work. So I think we the only people that use .work too. That's the whole thing.
And
But,
then the social media outlets too.
social media, New Era Detroit on everything.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Man, yeah. Thank you again for being a part of this, man. This has been awesome for me, and I definitely want to be involved, and I definitely want to find a way to help more people get exposure to this, so that the way they can help. And you know, one thing for me is we have social media now, and you know, one of my gurus said, well, my only guru said my favorite thing of all time. He said the reason I'm the best guru is not because I know more than the other gurus, is because I had the platform because of the internet to reach millions and millions of people, when my other guys back in the day, they could only reach 100 to 1,000 people. And so now the way I look at social media is it's like that. It's like we can't just be entertained all the time. Like if somebody goes follows the New Era page, that's like a way of being informed on what's going on in the culture in the city and in the community, and figuring out ways to help. It should be one of those things where it's like a part of the diet of what we digest on social media. Like, okay, wait, I also do got to help and figure out what's going on in my community. And then, okay, yeah, I want to be entertained. I want to be entertained like that. And then stuff that you can do for your own self, to benefit your own self, to help your own self. I think that's the problem, is just everybody's looking for like, what's funny, what's happening. And, you know, I felt not a victim to it, but in a way I felt to you, because when I seen you going crazy on the stage, to be honest with you, I thought, what the fuck is this motherfucker talking about? What the fuck? He looks like he's saying some crazy shit. He's going to get canceled. I hit play and you're saying the most real, authentic, genuine, you know, moving, just a moving moment for everybody watching and everybody engaged, and just watching everybody's eyes stuck on you. So it's like I fell for that because I'm just trying to be entertained. But then thank God that was just the hook to get to the bigger message, to the bigger picture of what you're actually trying to do out here in the community.
And I'm working on that, man, because I'm so direct. So I'm working on like the hook game.
That was the hook. That energy was the hook.
But I bring that all the time. I've been doing that for 8 years, man. You can go on YouTube, anywhere on my pages, bro. Like that energy, man, when I go in hoods all across America and I bring that same type of vibe, man, I'm very passionate when it comes to, you know, my people in my community, and then especially when we talking about kids, bro. I'm gonna cut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I may offend. I heard I may have offended a couple of people, you know, and you know, some gang culture and all of that shit. But man, dog, if we can't stand on, you know, protecting babies, bro, like I'm gonna be passionate about that, and I don't give a fuck who you are. Like I'm one of them people. I'm not scared of no man, no entity, nobody. Like I'm really like not scared of none of that shit. So it ain't nothing that nobody can do that's gonna scare me, bro. It's like, and if we not putting ourselves in the position to stand up, you know what I mean? Like I do this for the people that are scared to speak out. You feel me? It's people that, a lot of people, more people than less, feel the same fucking way that I feel, but they not about to say the shit in fear of either somebody looking at them and saying, oh, nah, bro, or, you know, somebody targeting them because of what they saying, you know what I mean? But somebody got to do that shit.
Well, people with the platform, too, that have that public figure identity, like their management will tell them not to get involved in politics and stuff like that.
Man, don't talk about that, bro.
Yeah.
How about management? When we first started, I had rappers management tell us, like, oh, man, we can't mess with y'all because y'all too hot. Only thing we did was just got done showing up 100 deep, you know, at a gas station or liquor store or at a church or wherever, bro. Anywhere that our people been done wrong, and held people accountable. That's it.
How does that work? You go to like a liquor store that's done wrongdoing to the city or something like that, or
we've had different situations, bro. So many, you know, situations to where we had to come up and mount up. We done had situations where store clerks pull out guns on kids, bro. We had situations where store clerks beat up elders and disrespect women, and you know, all different type of shit that we didn't have to go address. But people would look at us and be like, "Ooh, y'all hide." You know what I mean?
Because you move for peace and for change doesn't mean that you're not gonna have a sword in your hand when you do it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're just gonna get fucking swept under the rug. Somebody's gonna sweep you out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and that's been our problem. We too passive when it comes to that shit. All that marching and protesting and signs, and we don't do none of that shit. We don't march, we gonna protest, we gonna demonstrate, we gonna pull up on your ass. We ain't posting no flyers, bro. You ain't gonna know we coming. You just gonna look up one day, you gonna see 50, 60 motherfuckers walk up in your store, and then it's up. You know, if you do wrong, bro, that's accountability. But once again, I don't just do it. You know, I'm fair when it comes to my accountability, bro. So if the police do something wrong, we gonna holler at them. You feel me? If you know people in our communities who don't live there, they own businesses, they not handling their business, doing something wrong, we gonna holler at them. Church folks, they not doing something wrong, we gonna holler at them. NAACP might have to holler at them real soon because they own some other stuff too. Like, and then same shit. Brothers in the streets that's not doing right, that's not standing on business, that's letting kids be killed, we gonna holler at they ass too. So all across the board, bro, it's like we don't discriminate at all. You know what I mean? You're not doing right by our people. You know, we gonna come see you.
Oh, for sure. And it's crazy because if you look at social media too, and you can see how fast a business can be shut down due to anything like that is insane. Like you could have a business going insanely well, and then you could make a racist mistake, or you could make a mistake that impacts the city in a negative way, and the next day your business is shut down. It's people like you that help get the awareness so that we don't support those kinds of businesses anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm big on that. I'm big on that, especially like. Come on, man. You know, I don't like it. You know, I respect people that come, you know, that's been in the community, you know, that give back to the community, that treat people that come in with love and care. And you got stores like that. You got people who own stores that's not from our community that do that. You feel me? That okay, I'm not from here, but I mean, I'm here doing business. I've been in this community for a while. I have the utmost respect for my customers and the people that come in with shop with me. No problem. You feel me? But you about to come in, and most of these people, they behind these thick ass glasses, and it's just, you know, some of it is just, it don't feel good, bro. It's not morally, it don't feel morally right, you know, as a black man, you know, to have so much in a community that I live in. You know, I got to keep walking in different spots with people that don't look like me, spending money. Yeah. And then seeing that money get taken from my community and go to somewhere else, you know, that's a big problem. But, you know, at the end of the day, we just want people to have an understanding that if they come to our community, they do business, have to respect, you know, the culture. And we push to our people the same way. We got to do our point and making sure that we hold ourselves accountable for respecting ourselves too. Yeah. So it's a hand-in-hand thing.
Man, again, man, just informative, and also just emotion changing, and just clarity, and the conscious awareness of seeing what you're doing is motivating as hell. I hope everybody watching this feels the same way. I hope everybody that watches this, you know, watches it and makes a change after. You know what I'm saying? Not just watches it and like, oh yeah, he's right, peace out. You go do, like you said, the little bit of stuff thing, even if you don't have time, go donate. Find a way to be a part of the community in any type of way. You know, sacrificing even maybe a day, a month, would that be like something for you? Or like, what would it take for you to be like, okay, that you're doing a little bit or something here?
Man, just getting involved. Like I said, we got 16 different programs, man. So choose one. Say, okay, I like, you know, I'm in mental health, or, you know, I'm in conflict resolution, or, you know, if you a sister, I like the Queen's Council, or I want to mentor the youth, you know what I mean? Or if you're a brother, I want to come get with the brothers, and, you know, we do street patrols, you know, I'm in the housing, and, you know, maybe I want to get in the home ownership program. I mean, we got tons of programs, bro, like literally. All people got to do is come get involved. We very active. In the summer, we always out in the communities. You know, we always building in the communities. You know, we work. I always tell people, like, you know, I'm not about to tell you to come sit down in my office and nothing like that. You can meet us in the streets, because that's where we going to be working at, man. And we literally in the streets just about every week. We working, we running programs, so we not hard to find. And, you know, commit to something. And it don't have to be with New Era Detroit, you feel me? It can be just do something, you know what I mean? Just hold yourself accountable to get out here and do something. Start you an org, join an org or whatever, but just do something. Just don't sit around and waste space in this life, man, and where we need people, you feel me?
So, man, again, I appreciate you being a part of this. Everybody go check out New Era Detroit, man. And I'm going to really push this so we can help gain awareness, man. I know you guys are already doing well, but you know, when you get shadow banned, you can always use a little bit of extra help.
Oh, right? Man, yeah, facts.
Everybody go check out New Era Detroit on social media, and please do a little bit. Just do one thing. Even in my life, I always, whenever I start doing something new in my life, it's always that first brick, right? Just one brick at a time. I know everything you're saying might be overwhelming to some people. Like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. No, just take one step at it. One little thing to move forward. Appreciate you again for being a part of this. Hilo Visuals is behind the camera. We're shooting at Parallel Sound Studio. We're out. Peace.